Hello and welcome back to the Den, back here in lovely sunny wintry Leicestershire. So arrived but moments ago. We have an absolute stone cold classic hatchback, a Clio Williams, and it is the original first generation Clio Williams because they were doing a limited edition and it was so popular. Renault went, "Oh, we shall do some more," and they did some more, and I nearly slipped into quite a nasty racist French accent, which I didn't do. So they did a 2 and a 3, which upset the original owners. But anyway, we have this original Clio Williams, which is here for inspection, and very lovely chap who owns it dropped it off this morning, as I say, and I'm very much looking forward to getting involved in this. The owner is in the Retropower Club. So if you've not managed to clock into the fact there's a Retropower Club, there is a club and you can go to Retropower website and join the club if you wish. So yeah, we'll be getting into that. Behind me, we have the latest big bad boy Mercedes S500 long wheelbase, which we have now completed the inspection and the report on that. And this is an absolute just in such good condition, it's incredible. Survivor, that's the word I was trying to think of. It's a Survivor, 70 odd thousand miles only, 1998 car, and there is almost zero rust on this. There's a tiny couple of little bits, and the wheel arches on the inside edge are just starting to go slightly. So we've estimated for the customer to get that repaired, which is one of his original requests, and so we're just formulating at the moment a plan with the customer to decide what we're going to do and when and how he wants to go about things. Mechanically, there's not a huge amount to do. Most of the work is cosmetic, and while the paint and the body is essentially in a very good condition, it just needs to be brought up a level really to match the mechanical condition. So we're going to be looking at doing a full detailing package, which will be probably 2 or 3 days. The wheels are going to get refurbished, which is one of his requests. They are an original Mercedes wheel, which I think was quite rare. I think that's quite a rare wheel for the 140. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think they are. But they've got the diamond cut lip on them, and they're not really curved, they just suffer with a bit of age and corrosion, so we're going to get those done. And like I say, we've estimated to repair some of the corrosion on the wings and paint the front bumper, a few little odds and sods that we can sort out. And parts availability for these now is kind of mixed. I was on the phone for a while yesterday with a Mercedes dealer, and it's a bit random, the stuff they can supply and the stuff they can't supply. So we've got bits on order for this, and we're going to be going ahead with that in the next couple of weeks, which I'm very excited about. I've probably told you this before, having come from a Mercedes background 25 odd years ago, when these were still in dealers. And in fact, when I was in a dealer, this would have still been in the manufacturer's warranty. So yes, love those, absolutely built by tanks. And as someone rightly said, you cannot be cast from granite. So it's hewn from granite, this, not cast. Right, we're going to go and head inside and see what's going on inside. So back inside in the warm, the world famous Metro Turbo is now running and nearly drove. The clutch is basically all stuck and frozen together. So at the moment we've got the clutch cover off and we are awaiting the correct puller to get the flywheel and clutch off, and then we can address the clutch. We want to use the original clutch if at all possible, just to keep some originality. As with most of this project, we're trying to keep all the patina and it looking as original as we can, but without faking it. The customer doesn't want a restored car, he just wants a reliable car which is functional and he can use. So once we get the puller, we can get the clutch off, address that, and then we're confident that we can then go road testing in this, and we shall definitely do a video. Jamie's nodding enthusiastically. We'll definitely do a video driving this one, and there'll be more to come with Mezzers Johnny Smith and Richard Porter, who owns the car, on some of their social media channels as well. Next door, Matt is busy on the R31 Skyline. We're doing a few tidying up jobs with some of the wiring, over the years, it's just been played around with like a lot of cars of this nature. So Matt's tidying a few things up as they're requested by the customer. We're going to have the intake pipes off, the charge pipes off to refinish those. And right now Matt's just tidying up some of the wiring for the headlights. There's some redundant sensors which have been on the car, probably from different control systems or ECUs that have been on the car in the past. So we're going through to sort those out as well. So yeah, Skyline is looking good. Then the Cappuccino has moved over onto the corner ramp, and Luke has the engine and gearbox in this now, as you can see. So I mentioned last week that we modified the sump and the tunnel. So we have now applied some nice thick heat-proof matting in the tunnel on the outside of the body to help prevent the heat transfer through the tunnel into the cabin. And we are now in communication with the customer about a clutch, see what clutch we want to go with, probably a fairly standard road one, I should imagine. And we are then looking at some of the plumbing. So there is a fixed water pipe from the thermostat housing which we need to modify to work. We've tweaked the engine mounts, and we are now at a stage where our electrician can come and look at speccing up a wiring loom and ECU for that, which is quite exciting. There have been some other projects in the background which I can't talk about, hence why some of this is a little bit brief on some of the cars. But if you'll humour me, I just want to talk about the Gilera Saturno, which is my bike over here, which I've had for nearly 3 years and still not ridden it. It came from the Isle of Man, having been an originally Japanese bike. It was originally sold in Japan. This is a 500 single 4-stroke with double overhead cam. Now, I spent a bit of time before I started here at the Den getting it sorted out so it could be re-registered in the UK, because even though it wears a number plate, I've had a guess that that's the correct registration for it based on all the paperwork. This was one of 4 bikes that came over with a couple of friends, and this is the one I've ended up with. So it does run. I've sorted out the clutch because the clutch basically wasn't operating in the correct range, and I've had to shim the nose out on the clutch pack basically to bring the operation into the correct window. Otherwise, it was little bits, titivating little bits. This is a bit of a hybrid bike between what a standard Saturno was and the Isle of Man kind of more racing version was. And so it has the twin chrome pipes and the shorter tail and the cut down fairing at the front. But this is a 500, whereas the Isle of Man bikes were all 350s. So it's kind of, I don't know, in my mind, it's the best of both worlds, because you've got a whole massive 44 horsepower, but with a slightly more racy exhaust and the tail and stuff on it. So yes, very excited about that from a personal point of view. That was over some of my days off at Christmas. I just came in with no children, no Christmas songs, still had cake, and just tickled along and fettled this, so it was lovely. So that's all from us for this week. Have yourselves a very lovely week, and thank you for watching. Thank you for all your comments. We do read all your comments, so it's very much appreciated, and we'll see you next week.